Hello everyone, my name is Dan and today I'll be bringing another MW3 video. In this video we'll be talking about the guns, perks and create a class layout that we see in MW3. I've got a little bit of a clip for you guys and I kind of got a little surprise, so I hope you enjoy this. As you might hear, I've got a little bit of a cold, but hopefully I can get through it. So I hope you enjoy the videos, guys. Thank you very much for the other video. It was taken really well. I'm really happy with it. Thanks so much, guys. So let's get started with the video. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so here we can see all the different types of categories for guns in MW3. We have assault, submachine gun, light machine gun, sniper rifles, shotgun and riot shields. They've added one new category, as you can see here, the shotguns. I'll be talking about that in a second, but as you can see, all the other ones are all the classic categories that we've had in all the CODs. So let's talk a bit about the shotguns. In MW2, shotguns were secondary weapons, but now they're coming back in MW3 as primary weapons. I hope they've at least nerfed down the weapons, because I didn't really like any of the shotguns in MW2. I think they're really overpowered, but at least they're not coming back as a second weapon, eh? They were just stupid like that, so hopefully we'll see a better usage of the shotgun in certain situations, not compared in MW2 where you could just rush around with it. Okay, so what you can see here is all the assault weapons. What I'm going to do, I'm going to screenshot them, I'm going to save them, and then I'm just going to put a picture on the screen of what it is, so I don't bore you to death with this, because I'm pretty sure there's quite a lot of videos on all the weapons in MW3 at the moment. Okay, so what we have is the M4A1, the M16A4, the SCAR L, the CM901, the Type 95, the G36C, the ACR-EB, the MK14, the AK-47, and the FAD. Alright, enough on the weapons, let's talk a bit more about the perks that we see in MW3. Alright, here you can see something called a proficiency. It's new to MW3. Each primary weapon can have an additional perk signed to it. These are all unlocked alongside attachments for the guns as you level your weapons. So the first proficiency we see is called Kick. This reduces your recoil. The second one is called Range. This is increases your range, of course. There's another one called Attachments, and you can equip 2 attachments, I guess like Bling for MW3 and Warlord for Black Ops. Another one called Focus. This reduces the flinch when you shoot. There's one called Melee, and it makes you melee faster. There's another one called Stability, and it reduces sway. There's one called Impact, which is greater bullet penetration through walls, sort of like Deep Impact, I guess, or FMJ for MW2. Also there's Speed. This is faster movement with a weapon equipped. And finally there's Damage, and this says shells do more damage with shotguns only. So these proficiencies sound pretty effective. They're pretty useful for having an additional perk, I guess. Alright, now we see attachments. I actually can't wait to review this because I really love new attachments that they add into all the COD games, so let's see what we have. Firstly, let's talk about all the original attachments they're bringing back into MW3. So we see the red dot sight, the silencer, the grenade launcher, the ACOG scope, the heartbeat sensor, the shotgun, the holographic sight, extended mags and thermal. So let's look at the other attachments they're bringing in. They're bringing in the hybrid sight. I think this is the 2 different sights you can have. So you can have like an ACOG scope, and above it you can have a red dot sight, so you can switch between the 2. I don't know if they're adding any more attachments, but for what you can see here, we can only see the hybrid scope adding in. I think this will look pretty cool. I can't wait to use it actually. So let's carry on with the clip. So here we have the camouflages. Looking at it now, it looks like they're adding all the classic MW2 camouflages in, which are desert, arctic, woodland, digital, urban, blue tiger, red tiger and full. I think they're adding digital in, which wasn't one in MW2, so that'll be pretty cool seeing that in MW3. So it's good seeing these back, and let's carry on with this clip. Now here we see the Stripe package. I talked about this in one of my other videos. If you want to go check that out, it's in the top right of the screen now. pretty much what it is. Before you choose a game in MW3, you have a choice of choosing out of three of these strike packages. First one's an assault, the second one's a support, and the third one's a specialist. I won't go into too much depth about it because in my other video I mainly talk about the kill streaks, and I probably won't even talk about it in this one. So if you want to go check that out, make sure you go click the top right. Now before we talk about what we see here, you might have saw earlier there was a light machine gun and the MP5K. So now let's talk about what we see here. Here we have lethal grenades. So as you can see, they're bringing back Semtex and frags and throwing knives. Also they're bringing in Bouncing Bettys, Claymores and C4s. The new lethal grenade, as you can see here, is Bouncing Bettys, which they're bringing back in from COD 5. They look completely modernised now, they look pretty awesome, and I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty lethal. Now as you can see here, we see the tactical grenades. So start off, there's 8 in total, and the first 2 are the most common that we see in all the CODs. We see the flash and concussion. The next 2 is scrambler and EMP grenades. I think these would be quite similar, these 2. I reckon the scrambler would be sort of like the jammer device, but instead of a device that you just place, you get 2 secondary grenades maybe. They'll be very good for objective style games. You chuck 2 of these out on the objective, you go and capture the objective, it'll disable the enemy's UAV for a while you're capturing the base. And I guess this would be with the EMP grenade as well, but instead of taking out the enemy's radar, it will take out the enemy's red dots and maybe cancel their UAVs in that area. That sounds pretty cool, I'm liking that idea. Also we see smoke and tactical insertion back in. And then the final 2, we see a trophy system. I think this is the anti-explosive device where it cancels any enemy explosives that go near it. And finally the portable radar. I haven't found any information on this. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that it's got something to do maybe if there's like a jammer in there's like a counter UAV or a scrambler or EMP grenade out, and you can put this thing on and it'll give you back your radar for a certain amount of time or something like that. That's just a guess, so I'm not sure at the moment. Now just before this recon perk, you saw Sleight of Hand was back. This is good seeing one of the classic perks is back. Now as you can see here, this is a recon perk. I'm not really that sure about it. It says, the description of it is, explosive damage paints the target on the minimap. So maybe you throw like a device at the enemy or like the UAV or something, and it like paints it, and everyone can see it on their radar. Maybe that's just as a guess. And for the pro, it says bullet damage paints the target on the minimap. So maybe if you shoot them, it like sprays paint out at them, and it just makes them visible for everyone. This sounds pretty cool, I guess. Now I hate to say it, but guess what, guys? Cold-Blooded is back in MW3. But this time it's called, well, there's 2 different types of Cold-Blooded actually. This one is called Blind Eye, and pretty much what this does, it makes you undetectable by air support and the sentries. There's also another one called Assassin, and that makes you invisible from UAVs, and like your name doesn't pop up above you. So that's pretty much just like Cold-Blooded Pro, I guess. Now I'm just dreading this, to be honest. I think everyone will be getting annoyed about this perk again, because it's always been a bit of a nuisance. So I guess we've got to roll on another Call of Duty with this sort of annoying perk. Now here we see Quick Draw and Blast Shield coming in. Pretty much what Quick Draw does, it pretty much just makes you aim down your sight faster, like Sleight of Hand Pro, I guess. Now Blast Shield is exactly what it was in MW2 as a kill streak, but it's coming back as a perk. Pretty much what it does, it makes you a bit more resistance from explosives, so it's kind of like Flak Jacket, I guess. And as you can see there, it says Assassin Pro, and just underneath it says Overkill. They're bringing Overkill back in. If you didn't know what that was, Overkill meant that you could carry 2 primary weapons. So pretty much that allows people to carry 2 shotguns. Yeah, I don't think Call of Duty thought about this. They said they weren't going to bring shotguns into the secondary, and you could just think about it. You could just have, like, for example, an MP5K put overkill on and then just put a shotgun as your secondary. That's just, they didn't think that through, I don't think. So as you can see anyway, you can see some of these perks are going to be ridiculous already just by looking at them. Alright guys, so as you can see the video is coming to the end. Sorry about me complaining a bit at the end about the perks, it's just my honest opinion. So sorry about that, hopefully I can give you a bit more information. So I'd love to thank everyone who's watched this video and the last MW3 video. We've got such good response, such good feedback, everyone just loved it. We've got so many active subscribers now, this channel's growing so much. I'd love to thank everyone. If you just leave a like, comment, or even personal message me. I've got about 4 people messaging me saying I love your video so much, thank you so much. It makes me feel so good about this channel, the stuff we're bringing you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for commenting, thank you for liking, thank you for viewing, and have a good day. And all I can say is peace.